on, dudes and dudettes? So, yes, we knew this was going to come for a while, but Zion Williamson is entering the NBA draft. Pretty obvious if you're going to be the #1 choice no matter what. But good on him. He did very much for Duke this first year. I'll get into even another award that he won later with RJ Barrett in the video. But yeah, it's pretty crazy what he's been able to accomplish, and even with missing a month or so in there with that injury because of his shoe basically blowing up, he still produced so much for Duke, did so much well for them. It was pretty obvious he wasn't going to come back. There was always wishful thinking because when he won the Wooden Award, he said, who knows, if asked the question if he's coming back, but it's pretty obvious that he's going to go, and especially if you're going to get $10 million a year for your shoe contract, which is going to be more than your rookie NBA salary, you might as well just leave because that's a dumb decision if you don't. So, and then also Luke Walton was officially named the Kings head coach the other day as well. It's pretty surprising. It was like a day or two after he parted ways with the Lakers and he automatically signed with them. I mentioned that that might be a possibility, and of course it is. He might do well for that team just because they have so many athletic guys and they could run all freaking day if they wanted to. So seems like a good match so far, but we'll just see what Vlade Divac has in store for that right now. Then also a few USC transfer news from out of USC. So both wide receiver Trevon Sidney and outside linebacker Oluwaye Bitiku have both transferred to the same school in Illinois. So good luck to them. Don't know what's going to be in store for them. Pretty sure they don't have to sit out. They still have at least 1 or 2 years of eligibility left. So good luck to them, and we'll just see what happens with their career. And then also a bit of Chargers news. Trevor Williams, he signed his restricted free agent tender, which was something they put on him before he went into free agency. And I guess if somebody were to sign him, then they would have to give up something, whether it's money or a draft pick to the Chargers. And nobody signed with him, so he just signed that, at least there for 1 more year. I forgot that he didn't really play that much or was injured a lot last year, so it's kind of like a redemption year or a prove-it contract as they call it, so hopefully he can. And then also today they signed wide receiver Travis Benjamin to a 1-year extension, which isn't bad. He's an okay guy. He still needs a little bit of help, even though he's been in the league for so long and catching balls at times, but whenever he does have that speed to blast by anybody. It's a good thing to have, but I do have a feeling that the Chargers are going to at least get 1, maybe 2 more guys in the draft as far as wide receivers, because they did let go of the other guy, Tyrell Williams, as well. So then, let's get on to the rest of the video. And yes, I'm sorry if I keep looking down. I actually wrote notes because I wanted to do the video like back and forth instead of just talking about the same thing over. So just want to see how a different concept works for these videos. So let's continue. So Lakers head coach searching job. The top 3 candidates seem to be Monty Williams, who's an assistant for Philadelphia. Then also, of course, Tyronn Lue, and then Juwan Howard as well, who was a teammate of LeBron at the Heat. It just sucks because if it's still Rob Pelinka, the general manager of the Lakers, running the whole search for it, to me it just seems like how he screwed up this last first-round pick. Because I'm pretty sure he was pushing so much for Moritz Wagner, who was a power forward out of Michigan, which was his school, his alma mater. And he hasn't really played that well, in my opinion. A guy like Jalen Brunson, who went after him, who is in Dallas, is a little bit better and has a little bit better chance of doing better in the NBA, especially at that point guard position, because they even traded their top point guard away from there, and he's starting with a guy like Luka Doncic, who they thought was a point guard, but really he's a combo guard in my opinion, which is why they work so well together. But that's just my opinion about that. And I just think it's going to suck if it's two of those guys. Monty Williams, I would like to see him get a shot. I think he could do really well, even though he's a North Carolina guy, but we'll see how it goes. And then, as I mentioned before, both Zion and RJ Barrett won 2 more awards to end their college careers. Zion won the best power forward in the nation, which I believe was a Karl Malone award. And RJ Barrett won the best shooting guard award. I want to say that's Jerry West, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, congrats to them. It's great that it obviously shows how much talent they had. But they do still need a lot of work, in my opinion, on their offensive games and defensively as well at times. So good luck to them. Pretty sure they're going to be both picked top 3, top 4 in the NBA draft. Then a little bit of Duke news as well, recruiting-wise, because Keenan Worthington, he is signed on as a walk-on at Duke. So he's not going to get a scholarship. He's just going to go there. He made the team, but obviously he's going to pay his own way and everything like that. How a few guys do that, just like a Matthew Besser is just leaving right now, who graduated. He did that as well. He was never on scholarship, but you always need a few guys out there to practice with you as well. It's always good to have. So congrats to him and welcome to Duke as well. Then Hunter Echols, there was a lot of talk about him for USC football. Him mentioning that he was going to transfer and then he wasn't going to transfer, and all the news kind of got all mixed up there. But he officially said last week that he was 100% committing to finishing his career at USC. It just depends, really. I guess if he gets playing time or if he gets injured and then loses playing time because of that, in my opinion. I would hope he does, but you just never know. With these guys, they always want to transfer, whether it's to play with people they know or just more playing time in the end, instead of just winning and playing as a team. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Alrighty, so yes, a little bit darker on this angle for some reason. Well, I guess because it's a little bit overcast outside, which I don't mind at all. But Bosa and Gordon are going to change their regular NFL numbers that they came in, 99 and 28, I believe, to their college numbers, which is 97 and 25. So maybe their NFL is like the NBA. If a guy changes his number and he's still on the same team, then you can change it as well, get a return. But we'll see how that works out. It should be very interesting. Maybe it's a little bit of a bargaining chip because they did that and they would not ask for too much money when they restructured their deals and contracts as well in the next couple years. And then Lakers assistant coach, which is kind of why the Lakers were not really doing as well, because the head coaching or assistant coaching wasn't gelling together as well. They weren't as experienced. But Mark Madsen, a Laker favorite when he was a player, he was on the coaching staff, but now he's gone to Utah Valley to coach in college. So good luck to him. But I didn't think he was going to stay on board no matter who got the head coaching job for the Lakers. And then Benny Boatwright, the power forward out of USC, who's been there for 5 years because of an injury. He was allowed to stay an extra year, but he recently said that he's going to sign with Jay-Z's marketing agency, Rock Nation, as well did Kevin Porter Jr., the top freshman. So obviously Jay-Z and his company believes that this guy can get drafted, which is what I was always hoping for, and we'll just see how they further along his career and hopefully as well into the NBA. Then both Wendell Moore and Vernon Carey, two top freshmen going to come into Duke this year, both performed very well at the Nike Hoop Summit, which is where it's like a Team USA versus Team World. And I believe they lost that game because one of the other guys did very well for the world, but they still look pretty well, which is okay. Hopefully they're more team oriented than some other people out there, but we'll see how this goes. Then Amon Marshall, they did like it's hard to trust this company, Pro Football Focus, PFF as they're usually called by, because they go through statistics all over the place, and they run numbers to see who's the best player. And obviously when they did their projections for the best defensive player in the Pac-12, it came out that Amon Marshall was the best because of his covering ability, but he was even ranked higher than a guy in Byron Murphy out of Washington, who's going to be in the first round selection in a lot of people's opinions. But as far as Amon Marshall goes, they don't think he's going to be drafted till like 4th, 5th, or 6th round. So it's kind of weird how stats are shown like that, but maybe somebody's looking at that and falls in love with the idea of him being able to bring that to the NFL. But in my opinion, I think if he were to even be on a team like the Chargers, he's going to have to play a nickel and more of like a free safety, strong safety, sometimes linebacker position instead of the corner, because at times he's very inconsistent, and because of his height, he's not really 100% good at that position, in my opinion. But we'll just see how this goes. Good luck to him. In a few weeks, the draft will start as well. And then there's a lot of Duke players playing in the NBA playoffs right now. It's great to see them. I know JJ Redick is struggling a little bit, but I guess if I were to go like how I do it with the NFL playoffs, where I go with the team that has the most amount of guys, whether from USC or Duke, and go with them if my team isn't playing. But in this case, it would be Portland, who has a pretty tough matchup against OKC. So I don't know, a lot of upsets too, a lot of lower seeds winning the first couple games. It's pretty crazy. I know Nikola Vucevic out of USC, his team got a win against the number 2 ranked Toronto Raptors out there in the East, so that was pretty interesting. But pretty sure all the top level teams are going to end up winning on each side, so we'll see how this goes. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Nice, beautiful, overcast day today. Couldn't ask for anything better. And yes, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.